Thanks for joining us, Donovan.
How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, Donovan, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So gonna get you on. We're gonna go live on the radio, and then we'll put the video up a little bit later.
Definitely.
So have you sent in your do they still call it the NLI? Like, how does it even? I don't even know what they call it anymore.
Fine today?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. I sent it in this morning.
Okay. All right. So you're official now.
Official.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
How does it feel?
And it feels good, put a lot of work in, through this whole journey. So it feels great.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we got a couple of minutes, and we'll go live here
Most
for the
definitely.
people. So when do you come about? Are you an early enrollee?
Yes, sir. I come January the 4th.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
January 4th.
Yeah. So I wonder if some of the guys are going to be able to. Some of the guys come up early enough to practice with the team. Did they talk to you about maybe doing that?
Yes, sir. A lot of them coming in December, but I want to spend a little bit more time with my family before I go.
Okay, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, man. This class is coming together nice, man.
We gonna see. We got another one possibly.
Oh yeah.
Also, so we gonna see today.
Man, I tried to call him last night. I was
Doesn't
trying to get his his
nobody.
his commit story
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
I'm already ready to go. That I was talking to Coach BJ about it,
Yep.
trying to get his commit story. So we ready. I'm not gonna release it or anything like that. But yeah, that's a big one, man. That's a big one. Everybody was thinking that because it seemed like all the IMG dudes is going to Colorado.
A lot of them flip. Yeah, two of them flip. So
Yeah. So everybody was thinking like everybody gonna go to Colorado now.
yeah,
So no, but that's big, man. That's big. That's big. So it's you, it'll be him, it'll be Caden. So
yep.
that's what, three of y'all, right?
Three.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, that's gonna work out nice, man. Gonna work out nice. So I'm basically what we'll talk about your game. And then we'll talk about how, it's crazy how a few years ago, top of the world, man. 5-star, everybody was like,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Donovan Johnson, number one in the country.
Right.
Like he's that guy. Then all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
like wait a minute, what happened? It's like it's crazy how people flip and change.
Oh yeah.
Same dude. Feels like you got to prove yourself all over again. I want to talk about the mindset.
Most definitely.
How did that affect you at all? Did it bother you at all, or did you just keep it out of your mind? Now, how did that play? Did that affect your game at all, or anything like that? So we'll talk about that as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting, man. Gonna be exciting. So did you know who else do you know in the class? Do you know any of these other guys in the class? Communicate with any of them other
Uh,
guys other than IMG guys?
8. I communicated with a little bit. Trying. There's a few others. I can't really remember their name, but it's a few others. That I met on my visit that I talked to a little bit. We already created a group chat and stuff like that. So we've been communicating a little bit. Communicate with Jasper a little bit, the other running back commit. So
Okay.
We're about 90 seconds out.
Okay. All right. My bad, Pop. So what were your you remember what your stats were?
oh man, no, I do not. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
All right.
Gonna lie. Um, let me see if I can. Yeah, no sir. Let me see.
All right, about 1 minute and I'll count you in.
Okay.
$30.
Okay.
All right, stand by. Here we go. And we're back on radio in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back here, folks, on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at the big1050.com. Sam Webb, Ira Weintraub on the other side, and joining us, the first commitment that joins us on the show this morning. This is the start of the early signing period, and kicking things off is a running back commitment. And he was called, or is being called, one of the freakiest players in the 2025 class. He was rated that by the analysts at 24/7 Sports. He stands, let me make sure I'll have him update his measurables, but at least according to our guys at 24/7 Sports, they list him as 6 foot, 205 pounds, out of IMG Academy, one Mr. Donovan Johnson. Donovan, good morning. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great, out of IMG Academy. So Donovan is 6 foot, 205 pounds. Is that right?
6'1.5", 215.
215. All right. So, man, it's I remember when it wasn't just, talking about, 6 foot, 215 pounds, out of IMG Academy, 4-star. They were talking about, man, this is the number one running back in America. Right. It was like 5-star. Everybody, it had every school in the country chasing you. And then all of a sudden, injury hits and adversity hits, and it things kind of change a little bit. So we will dig into all of that and talk about your journey as a high school athlete. But before we get to all of that, I want to talk about becoming a Wolverine. Congratulations.
Appreciate
on becoming a Wolverine. What does it feel like?
Oh, man, it feels amazing. It's been a long journey. Support from my parents, support from my coaching staff. So it's been a tough one, but it's happy to be a Wolverine. Go blue.
So what led you to Michigan, being the spot? How did you know that Michigan was the school for you?
Me, including Coach Tony Alford, including Coach Moore. It's just the atmosphere. A lot of people, I feel like, overlook the Michigan atmosphere, the fan base, just family. At IMG, they preach brotherhood to us, they protect the brotherhood, and that's what I felt when I went my first time to Michigan. So it's just a brotherhood overall.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your game, right? I have an impression, watching you of what your game is, but you yourself, pretend for a second you're a coach or a scout in the stands, and you're watching Donovan Johnson on the field. Give us a scouting report. Tell us what you see.
Oh, man. Very versatile. I feel like, me being a bigger back and be able to have breakaway speed, very versatile. If I had to compare myself to any running back in the NFL or previously in the NFL, I'd probably say Adrian Peterson, because of the size, the speed also, but the aggression as well. So if I had to compare myself, that's what I compare myself to.
Yeah, that definitely fitting. Definitely see that in your style. And, when you go back, like I said, injury derailed you, just like AP. Injury derailed AP. It's you
Right.
talk about the parallels, right? But let's go back to that point, man. Adversity can build you or it can break you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And it feels like it helped build you. Especially when you see how it affected things around you, because there was a lot of attention around you, a lot of accolades around you. And then when adversity hit, when the injury hit, a lot of that went away. How did that affect you at that time?
Oh, man. It changed my whole mentality. I stayed off of social media a little bit more. That's why a lot of people didn't hear from me, but I stayed off of social media a little bit more. And I just locked in. I had to get back, change my mentality, just putting in work. I'm gonna try to outwork everybody. It doesn't matter about who's coming after me, who's before me. I'm gonna try to work everybody, even try to work out outwork myself. So it's just man, you got to be a dog to come back. You know, it's kind of hard. You know, because obviously you gonna have people having their own opinion about you. So, man, you just got to lock in. You know, stay motivated.
Mhm. So did you find yourself was it frustrating at all?
Oh,
Did you ever get mad, or how did it affect you emotionally?
right. So what happened? So I tore my ACL. Me being the type of person I am, I didn't want to go home, man. So over the summer, stayed at IMG the whole summer. You know, didn't see no family, didn't see nobody. Only person I had contact with was my coaches from IMG and my trainer. You know, that's the person I see every day. So, you know, just sitting with my thoughts, you know, and just, praying every day and things of that nature. So it was, man, it was a tough time, but had to stay motivated myself, you know. Was crazy because I was still trying to do push-ups and little things like that, you know, while the doctor telling me not to get out of bed and stuff like that. But you got to stay motivated. I feel like through injury, you got to be a different type of person to come back from, you know. So all the people that out there that, you know, had injuries or is going through tough times right now, man, you just stay motivated and you be good.
Talking to Donovan Johnson this morning, running back commitment to the University of Michigan. Here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA online at the big1050.com. So when did you feel like, oh, I'm back? Because they say there's a point where you feel like physically you're back,
Right.
and then there's a point where you feel like mentally you're back, and those aren't the same time.
All right.
So when did you feel like physically you were back, and then when did you feel like mentally you were back?
All right, so physically, I felt I was back. Was we had like a mock game in practice, and you know, me how I am. You know, I kind of turned up a little bit. You know, and I felt it. You know, I felt like I was back to where I was before. So, man, it was just a great moment in practice. You know, the defense and the offense was competing against each other. You know, we had a lot of energy, and I was toting that rock. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. But mentally, I felt like I was back. It was the practice before our first game, which is crazy. It took me a while, but mentally, you know, I was, you know, reading my safeties, you know, and reading different coverages. It was, man, it was amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, it was amazing. So that's where mentally I felt like I was back.
I got you. All right. So you mentioned Coach Alford, man. Tell me
Sure.
about the vibe with Coach Alford, because I mean, hearing the players' perspective, this is still for Michigan fans. This is his first year and
Right.
his first season in Ann Arbor, so Michigan fans still kind of getting to know him a little bit, being recruited by him. What can you tell Michigan fans about your impressions and how and what you know about and your feeling and connection with Coach Alford?
Oh man, I know Coach Alfred for about 4 years now. You know, he been recruiting me since my freshman year when he was back at Ohio State. I have a man. I'm not even gonna lie. Out of all of the coaches that recruited me, me and him had the best connection, the deepest connection. You know, he not only talked about football, you know, outside of football, things of that nature. So we just, you know, developed a real deep connection off the field. You know, so it was a little different. You know, he's very honest, very genuine. That's what I like personally about him. You know, he's gonna be straightforward with you. You know, if you're doing something bad, I would say, or if you need to change a little stuff, he gonna let you know. You know, straightforward guy, very genuine. So that's what I loved about Coach Tony.
All right, and then of course your head coach now,
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Moore. You know, they said, hey man, you know, when they start recruiting you and when they got you, it's like, look, we're betting on you.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
want you, right?
yeah,
Because you know there's some schools that are like, hey man, we no,
yeah.
but that wasn't Michigan. So what about Coach Moore?
Oh man, I love Coach Moore. Since the first talk, I talked to Coach Moore. Cool, the coolest dude you will ever meet. I promise you, the coolest dude you'll ever meet. Very down to earth. Conversations was amazing. Very smart dude. You know, obviously he was an office coordinator before, so just very smart. You know, even helped me out with a few things. You know what I'm saying? We talked about the defense as well. You know, when he came down to IMG and things like that. So very genuine dude. You know, love the whole coaching staff. You know.
So I got to ask you real quick about a couple of your teammates. First of all, Cade Strayhorn.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you lined up behind him.
Oh yeah.
What
Oh, yeah.
can you say about your current and now future teammate
Right.
Caden, what are Michigan fans getting in Caden Strayhorn?
He gonna work, man. He a workaholic. He gonna work. You know, he gonna give you his all. So that's what I love about Kaden. You know, very cool dude. He gonna work. You know, he gonna work. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. And
Mhm.
Michigan fans are hoping they get a Nathaniel Owusu Boateng. They're hoping, we gotta wait to see how it works out. He got a lot of hats at the table,
Mhm.
right? All the schools in the country want him.
Mhm.
Michigan is one of the ones he's looking at. What can you say about his game? What kind of player is he?
Yep.
One of the top linebackers in the country.
Mhm.
And you got your recruiting hat on. Are you recruiting for Michigan right now?
Oh man, come on now. You already know that. You right. So, obviously, he a linebacker, I'm running back. So obviously, we done met in the hole a few times, very explosive linebacker, I promise you. Very explosive linebacker, can run hash to hash. I'm telling you, like fast but powerful, man, he's a beast. I'm gonna put it like that. He's a beast. Workaholic as well. Um, lift the whole gym, I promise you. Lift the whole gym. I promise you that. But yeah, man, he workaholic as well. So, we gonna see though. We gonna see.
We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. And hey, you had to be watching that game last week, right? You had to be watching that game on Saturday. What did you think of that?
It was amazing. 4 times in a row. So we're gonna try to go for a 5th one next year. So come on, let's get it.
Hey man, once you commit to Michigan, I mean, you got to start hating Ohio State
Yeah,
right away. I mean that you already gotta hate Ohio State, right?
most definitely.
I mean,
Most definitely.
this is a rite of passage, man.
Yeah, we working now.
I hear that. I hear that. Well, Donovan, hey, listen, man. Congratulations on becoming a Wolverine. Congratulations on overcoming. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
this is to overcome adversity the way you have to this point and to get all the way back like you have, man. Proud of you. Proud of you. And happy for you to make it this far. And you're early enrollee, right?
Sir.
So when do you make your way up here to Ann Arbor?
January 4th.
All right, January 4th, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your time as a high schooler, and good luck the rest of the way. And we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that too.
All right, thanks a lot.